NCIE, the National Centre for Indigenous Excellence. Folks, I'm from Gadigal, Aboriginal land. That's the land we're on at the moment. For many, many years, I've lived and worked around the city of Sydney. I've been involved with many different Aboriginal organisations. Over the years, I've been a director with the Aboriginal Medical Service of Redfern for over 40 years. Also a director of the Redfern Aboriginal Housing Company, Aboriginal Hostels Australia, and the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council. I mentioned folks, I'm also a life member of the Redfern All Blacks Rugby League football club. Many, many years I've lived and worked around the city of Sydney. I'd like to take this opportunity this morning to extend a warm and sincere welcome to my Aboriginal brothers and sisters, non-Aboriginal brothers and sisters. If you have any brothers and sisters here from the Torres Strait or further afar across the seas, welcome to Gadigal. The Gadigal Plan is one of 29 that makes up the Eora Nation. The Eora Nation is bordered by three distinctive landmarks. We have the Aubrey River to the north, the Peak to the west, and the Georges River to the south. Those three rivers form the boundaries of the Eora Nation. Folks, as we travel across this great city of ours today, the state of this great country, welcome to Gadigal. And where you stay, safe, trouble-free trip home. Once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Folks, I'd just like to mention, this day is a day that I think all Aboriginals and non-Aboriginals are involved, supporting people who just been up and running, especially Mickey and the family. So proud. Thank you, Mick. Hanging in there. Do people. Allow them, folks, to enjoy the day. It's a great day. The Aboriginal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uncle Chika. That's right, the day has come for a place that has enjoyed great happiness, yet much sadness. My name's Brad Cook. I'm a Bidjigal man. I'm from the community of La Perouse, so I wasn't really clapping when Uncle Chika got excited about the Redfern All Blacks. But I'm extremely honoured and proud to be invited to MC today. And for a fellow from La Perouse and Redfern, that's a huge, huge thing. It's a momentous occasion. I tried to find a word which would probably match what this means. Momentous, of great importance or significance, especially in having a bearing on future events. And when I hear Uncle Mick talk about this place being for the next generation of children, I think that's probably a perfect word. And how many times have we heard him use the phrase, just have faith? Well, today Uncle Day has come. This place is a meeting place for Kooris, the Koori Cultural Hub, the Koori CBD, the many names that the block in Redfern has had over the years, but it's certainly a place where people from all over New South Wales and Australia have come to find family, to reconnect and to make a better life for themselves. I've been very fortunate to work for the Jarman program over the years. I left that program 2 years ago to pursue something else for myself, but Jarman did provide me an opportunity to connect with a lot of the organisations here in Redfern, provide the capability build and support for the organisations here, including the Aboriginal Housing Company, and so excited to see what today has come. That will then lead me to one of the men of the moment, certainly someone who's put their heart and soul into this block and into the Redfern community for many years, and he must be so excited for today, and I'm sure you're very keen to hear from him. I'm going to introduce the CEO of the Aboriginal Housing Company, Michael Mundine.
hope I get through this speech without crying. If I do, please. It's just a blessing. That's really, come over all of us, not just me. You know. But first of all, I want to welcome family and friends. We're all family in God's eyes, and friends, okay? First of all, I'm going to go back to the original founders, only for them. Only for Aboriginal people squatting in houses in Louis Street, we would not where we are today. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, And don't start crying, I'll go with you. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody, all the directors that stuck by me right through the year. We had a lot of the Aboriginal elders that stuck with us, Shane and all the other Leon and Million, all of them, they stuck by me. All the family stuck by me, and it really, this really was a blessing. I'm lost for words. I had in my mind last night. I woke up at 3 o'clock. I went back to bed at 5:30 and woke up at 7:30. And I had all in my mind about this. Whatever come my heart, that's what's going to happen. I want to thank everybody because everybody is part of the journey. And it's been 40 years of trials and tribulation. That's the past now. This is the present. The present is for our next generation of children. Not only for our children, our adults too. What we're doing is building a community in a community. We're start getting respect flowing amongst our people in Redfern. And because this is we don't want to be isolated. Blacks here, white there. Them days are gone now. It's time to come together and just show the respect. I want to thank a few people. And I said the board of directors. I want to thank the Lord Mayor, Overmore, and the offside, Monica. Only for them, simply, we wouldn't have this land where we are now. Because the lane was a public lane, well, we would need agreement to say that, we give you land, give you the land on one condition that you build affordable housing. For Aboriginal people. Like over here, this is free. They own 6 lots. They lift the caveat so we can build a student accommodation so the bank can invest the money to build. Got to give her credit where it's due. Let's give her a clap. And okay. I'm going seriously. I'm going to thank Father for the priest of St. George. Thank you, okay. And the man himself, my brother, Pastor Peter Walker, they used to bless the land today for the future of our children. And I want to thank the man himself, only for this man here, who had that faith and believe what we are doing. We're down the gutter with no money. This man put up $500,000 to a black organisation that had no money. Thanks to Greg Colburn. Greg Colburn went to the firm and said, can we help the Aboriginal Housing Company? But they got no money. You tell me which, don't care what nationality, you tell me which developer would give Aboriginal people money that had none. But he's seen the future. He's seen the future for our next generation children. He's seen it. And that's why, a lot of credit go to him. This man worked so hard, Greg. I think everybody should know it now. And plus all the colleagues, all the architects are coming to you. There are too many years. He's worked so hard. Although we have a lot of different opinion about things, but hey, look where we are today. Turning the soil. So, anyway, I think I'm going to let it sit down now. But I want to thank our board, sit down. Alicia, the chair, Auntie Barbara, she's been on the board, how long, 20 years or more. Uncle Bruce, the secretary, a couple of board members away, but they stuck by me too, you know. They gave us the range. They said, they said, not said do what you want to do, but they believe what we do was right. Me and Marty, and my colleagues, my colleagues, the health company, the workers, what can do without them? This is second on Jenny here. Stand up. Stand up. Mickey did. And what about the right behind there? Barbara. Yeah, seriously. But God bless everybody. Seriously. It's a blessing. Bless you all. This is the day. This is the day that we were waiting for. No one thought we can do it. But what I said in the past, have you have faith and you believe, and God bless you all. Thank you.
God bless you, Uncle Mickey.
You love listening to speak. It always comes from the heart. Thanks so much, Uncle Mick. Congratulations again today. Our next speaker has been the Lord Mayor of the City of Sydney since 2004 and is currently the longest serving Lord Mayor of Sydney since the creation of the City of Sydney in 1842. She was an independent member of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly from 1988 to 2012, representing the electorates of Bligh 1988 to 2007 and Sydney 2007 to 2012. A strong supporter of the Aboriginal people, and certainly here in Redfern on the block, and Uncle Mick has already mentioned the great support. Please make welcome the Lord Mayor of the City of Sydney, Clover Moore.
Thanks, Brad. Good morning, everyone. Well, this is a wonderful occasion on a wonderful day, is it not? I'd like to thank Uncle Chicka for his welcome, and I too would like to acknowledge the original custodians of our land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to elders both past and present, and also acknowledge the people of the very many nations who live in our city. And I want to, of course, acknowledge Michael Mundine, CEO, and the board of the Aboriginal Housing Company. Fuad Deary, Director of DACORP, Father Nabil Kasheb, and Pastor Peter Walker, and all of you here. This is an important day for us all, and it's an historic day for Aboriginal people, and it's an historic day for the City of Sydney. I'm very pleased to be here with Monica Baroni, our wonderful CEO. Today marks the beginning of the next stage in the realisation of a vision that's been nurtured, well, I was saying over 30 years, but Mickey tells me it's 40 years. This vision, the Pymulwey Project, is to provide 62 affordable homes for local Aboriginal families in a healthy, safe environment. Over the years, the project has changed and expanded and will now provide 110 accommodation for 110 student units, specifically for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. So just to clarify that, there'll be a student accommodation, and in that student accommodation will be accommodation for 110 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. And that is going to contribute to making it easier for young Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students to pursue their tertiary education. I've supported this vision since representatives of the Aboriginal Housing Company first told me of their plans when I was running for State Parliament in 1988. I can remember the enthusiasm of the late Col James, the project's architectural advisor, as he talked about the possibilities of revitalising this historic part of Sydney. I am proud that the City of Sydney has helped enable the realisation of this project by transferring parcels of land to the project. Our support for Pymulwey is just one example of the city's strong relationship with our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community. The most tangible sign of this relationship is our commitment to delivering the Eora Journey. It's our visionary Sustainable Sydney 2030 project to celebrate the living culture of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities in Sydney. It responds to communities' desire for better recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture and heritage. The Eora Journey has several key elements. One of the most important is our Economic Development Plan, which we adopted in 2016. This 10-year plan is guiding the city's contribution to achieving sustained prosperity for the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. Another key element is a series of public artworks that recognises the contribution of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the public domain. It Nearby Terrace is just one example. Another is Tony Albert's Menagerie, Thou Didst Let Fall, our memorial to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander men and women who served in Australia's armed forces up there. That memorial is up there proudly in Hyde Park. Next year we will unveil Judy Watson's Barra, which is a major work of the Eora journey, and it'll be in the Botanic Gardens, overlooking that entranceway to the Opera House. Advocating for an Aboriginal cultural centre is the third key element of our Eora journey. The city has taken a major step towards this goal with the purchase of the former Redfern Post Office. We are working with the Aboriginal community to transform this historic building into an Aboriginal cultural hub, right here in the heart of Redfern. The Eora journey complements other work we are undertaking, which includes developing a reconciliation action plan and supporting the Recognise campaign to recognise the first Australians in the Constitution. Our work is guided by the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander protocols, which Council adopted when I became Mayor. We also value the advice of our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander advisory panel, which we set up some years ago now. So today we're proudly going to be turning the soil to mark the beginning of the construction of the Pymulwey Project. And we can all be proud, and Mickey and your board, you can be proud of what has been achieved so far. We look forward to the project's completion and the realisation of a vision of so many dedicated people over so many years. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor Clover Moore. And it's great to see the journey, not just here at the block, but also what you're continuing to do here in the City of Sydney for our mob. The next person to get up and speak has been mentioned by Uncle Mick as a big supporter of what's happening here on the block. The founding and managing director of Daycorp, overseeing the development and construction of various projects totaling over $1.5 billion. He's grown the company considerably, expanding into the fields of construction management, project management, and further offering design and construction services. He continues to grow within the development and construction industry, providing innovative and sustainable solutions. He remains an avid supporter of local communities and aiding to the success of many charities. Please welcome Fuad Deary.